Hi guys, welcome to episode 158 of Level Grinding. I'm Rachel and I'm so glad that you're here today on this beautifully gloomy day in Denver. Yes, I did say beautiful and gloomy in the same sentence. And it's because here in Denver we don't get rainy days very often, and I grew up back east where there's a lot of rainy days, and so when I get to have one, it's actually pretty nice. So, on this gloomy day, what is on the to-do list? Today, I'm going to finish my storyboarding process. I'm almost through with that, so after I have all of those things drawn out, sketched out, planned out, I will be able to start scheduling the actual days to go get all of this photography done. So that's number one. Number two, I need to finish getting together the spreadsheet slash Trello board slash whatever this is to organize the Creative Mornings videography team. I got a little bit more details to do for that, and it's largely because I want to be able to give everybody the things that will help them out a lot. That way they're not just coming in and going, oh, I don't know what to do with this. So, yeah, so I need to get that done, and it's largely because I really need to get cracking on getting a team together because I need these guys like later in the month. So that is number two. Number three, I really need to carve out some time, an hour and a half, to listen to my editing book. Now, I've mentioned this before. It's extremely difficult for me to sit down long enough to listen to something like this. So I really got to make a point of this to really focus and concentrate. And Sandra, if you ever watch these videos, I'm so sorry. Hang in with me. I apologize. I'm the one who's totally the delay. Don't worry about it. Anyway, yes, so I have to do that. That is the three big things that are on my list. I also have a phone call that I need to confirm for tomorrow. And speaking of tomorrow, tomorrow is the final day for the UC Denver class to produce their projects and to show them off. And this is the class that I went to a couple weeks ago to go teach in a learning lab and just be available as a video editing resource while students from the UC Denver were working on their stories for their health initiatives class. So I've been invited back to go check out all of their final projects, and I'm really excited about that. So that's also going to happen tomorrow. But I wanted to give you a look at where I'm at with my 12-week year, and also just let you see what my docket looks like for today in my Traveler's Notebook. So here's how things are looking. I have progress in some areas. I have had my roller skates on once, hooray. I have not really done anything with this yet. Part of it is that I'm still trying to figure out, like, what does this actually look like? But I think I got some ideas as to, like, where I'm going to start with this. So hopefully going to get some check boxes in this over the next few days. And I have been making progress in my Be Healthy and Physically Active. And I know that this is starting to help me feel more rested, more relaxed, and making good progress. This over here is what my day looks like, and this is what I have on here right now. This is the phone call that I need to confirm. I got to finish storyboarding. I need to do my videography. Oh yeah, and I need to pay Andrea, my writer, for her work on this project. So that is all stuff that I need to get done today, and yeah. Something that I'm finding to be kind of unnerving today is that I don't feel like I have a whole bunch of stuff railroading and train wrecking down on me. It's a fantastic feeling. Don't get me wrong. It feels great to be like, oh man, like I don't feel like I'm super stressed out. But by the same token, I have been living in a super stressed out mode for so long that I'm kind of going, okay, I must be forgetting something. So this kind of goes back to what I've been telling myself for the past few weeks, if not past few months, about breathing and about being present right here, right now. It's really easy for me to freak out because things are not so busy. In the busy season, I was telling myself, just focus on what's right in front of you. Don't worry about the future. Don't fret about the past. Stay right here because this is all you can focus on. This is all you should be focusing on right now. And so I have that same thing going on right now about focusing on what's in front of me, but it seems so small in comparison to all the other stuff that I had to focus on. And so part of my brain is going, this cannot be possible, right? Like this cannot be physically possible right now or mentally possible. Like I cannot possibly be in a space where it's not nearly so busy. So the tendency that I have is to try and fill this space up with something so that I can feel like I'm being more productive. And the reality is that I don't need to be more productive because busy is not productive. Seriously, if there's any one thing that you need to remember is that busy is not productive. So with this, I'm going to do my best to exist right here where I'm supposed to be. And honestly, like this is probably a really good thing because I need to spend like an hour and a half listening to my book. That is a major chunk of time that I don't necessarily feel like I have been able to put into this. And because my task list is relatively on the low side today, I can do that. And so each of these things that are on my list today are going to take some time. That's okay. They're supposed to. But I don't have to feel like I need to add more stuff into the day just to feel like I'm going to actually have a productive day. Sometimes you're only going to have 1 or 2 tasks on a particular day, and that's fine. Like, it's totally fine to only have a few things to do as long as they are the things that you have to be doing right then and there. And so all of this stuff is stuff I got to do right then and there. So I'm going to I'm going to quit talking to you for a while and actually get busy. I really, on that kind of a joking side, I really appreciate the fact that you hang out with me every day, that you take the time to watch my videos and to see how I'm working. It's a lot of fun having you around for the ride. I feel like I have somebody to talk to. And this is actually kind of a really good thing for me. I work at home. There's nobody here except my little entrepreneur, who is my dog. And so it's really easy for me to get confined in my own little box and feel like I'm the only person in the world who's working and that there's nobody outside who does anything. It's not always true. Obviously, it's not true at all. It's part of the reason why I go to creative mornings, to remind myself that there are other creative people out there. There are other entrepreneurs out there. There are other people who are hustling and building a business and finding clients and freelancing and trying to make something new in the world. And so my video blog is also giving me that same outlet because I have somebody to chat with in the office all day. So thank you. I really, really am thankful that you're here every single day. And I didn't say this earlier at the beginning of this episode, but if this is your first time hanging out for an episode of Level Grinding, welcome. You are a welcome part of the group, a part of the team, a part of, watching the hustle go by. And so every day I make these videos because I want to show you what it looks like to put in the effort. Because I believe that a lot of people, especially people who have made it already, like they're already successful, they don't show you this stuff. They don't show you the stuff that it takes in the beginning. They don't show you what it looks like to work in your kitchen or in your living room when your company is not big yet and when you don't have employees. And so I want to show you what that looks like because I don't want to show you, hey, this is how I made it, and then just blab about it and you didn't actually get to see that process. So the fact that you're hanging out today is awesome. The fact that you guys have been hanging out with me for a while. Remember, the hustle is what happens when you actually do. It is 1:15. I am feeling really good. I just sent out the Creative Mornings videography team their email with all the stuff that I've been creating for them. So I'm really happy to have that out. Now that train wheel can start clicking along. Train wheel? Cogwheel? Cogwheel. Yeah. Cogwheel. Anyway, that can start moving along. So hopefully I can get one of these volunteers scheduled for the month of May. We'll see what happens. Ideally, this whole process of creating a Trello board and a Facebook group is meant to help people coordinate and collaborate together. Like, it's not just me dictating to folks, hey, this is what you should do, this is where I need you. Like, I really want this team to be able to work together and complement each other. So even if it means that 2 people can work the same event, everybody knows everybody, and it's not like a group of strangers that suddenly get thrown together and nobody knows who anybody is. So I'm really looking forward to that whole process starting, and I'm really happy to have this done. But now, because it's 1:15, I need to eat. I'm really hungry, but I feel really good having that task out of my hair and off my plate. Let's get some more things off my plate. Well, in the case of food, stuff on my plate. It is after lunch. I've been banging away at tasks, and one of the things that I just got finished doing is writing a check to my friend Andrea for her work on the Decoding Conflict project that I have going on from Denver Rescue Mission. And it was so much fun to mail that letter and to write that check, and here is why. I believe very strongly in paying people what they're worth for their work. And I find a lot of people who do freelance work, who do a lot of creative work, often undervalue themselves. They want to put themselves out there as a creative, but they feel really bad asking people for money. And I talk to people all the time about this, about valuing yourself for what you should, because if you don't value yourself, nobody else will. And finding somebody who's willing to pay you what you're worth, even when you're hemming and hawing about it, is extremely difficult. So I believe very strongly in paying people what they're worth, and it's because I believe that when you are working for me, you are giving me something valuable. You are giving me your time, you're giving me your effort, and you're giving me your creativity. And I value that extremely highly. And I want you to as well. And so if the project takes longer than you originally estimated, I want to pay you. If you have seriously underpriced yourself in relationship to the market, I will tell you to boost your price. And if you have done really, really good work, I want to make sure that you get paid for it in a timely manner. Now, I've been a little bit late, running late with this check back for Andrea, so I feel really bad about that, but it's on its way. And here's the big thing. Like, a lot of people in business believe that the best way to affect your bottom line is to pay people as little as possible. Like, get it done for as cheaply as possible. If it takes money to make money, then use as little money as possible to make that money. And I don't subscribe to that particular theory when it comes to paying people for what they're worth, and when it comes to paying people for the quality of their work. Sure, you can go find somebody who is, cheap, but I believe that you're going to get cheap work. And two, you're going to be working with somebody who doesn't like working for you because you're being a cheapskate. And also, the thing is that we all get to support each other when we're in business. And so my bottom line on this project might be a little bit less than I expected because I paid Andrea. I was already expecting to pay Andrea this project because of the delays that we had with the script went a little bit over, so she worked overtime, and I believe very strongly that she should be paid for her overtime. So I'm happy to pay her for this, but yeah, paying for that extra time affects my bottom line. I don't care, because ultimately I want to build a reputation in the creative community that I pay well. When it comes to referring clients to other producers and to other people who need work, I don't recommend my friends or anybody that I know to a producer who is a cheapskate. I will not do it. I will not do it because I want my friends and I want the fellow producers and creators in my community to be paid well. And I don't want to be one of those people where people don't want to refer me clients or me other resources because I'm a cheapskate. So, does it affect my bottom line if I have to pay more for somebody? Yeah, sure. But does it affect my reputation? Big time. And that is worth more to me. I would much rather build a solid company that has a reputation for paying people well, that is a good company to work for because I pay my people well. And I want that to be reflected in the work that I get back from the people that I work with because they've been paid enough, they're going to put in their best effort. And so this is a core element to the way that I'm approaching building my company. And so it's something where I will always pay an intern when I need one. I will always pay top dollar for the people that are in my community that I'm asking to work with me. I will make sure that you, as the person working with me, will get paid what you're worth because I believe very strongly that the effort that you're putting in is worth something. And I want to exchange that value for money because that is the currency that I'm using. If you agreed that you would work for, pounds of apples, I would still give you that because I believe that you are valued at what you're supposed to be. I have more thoughts on this whole concept and I want to talk more about that as I start revamping and readjusting a couple of the elements of my show. So be looking for more things like this because I really want to start talking about my philosophy of entrepreneurship and how I'm building my company and the things that I feel are foundational to how you approach a company, and that it starts when you are working at your kitchen table like I am. You don't put these things in place later. If you are going to build a company culture, it starts in the very beginning, and it starts as you make decisions about how you're going to treat other people along the way. So be looking for more of this content. In the meantime, I'm going to get back to some of the other things that are on my schedule and on my to-do list for today. But it feels really good. It feels really good to pay a friend of mine for working with me. Something I've been working on for the last little bit is getting down a final shot list for my presentation, my work for Denver Rescue Mission. I'm making their presentation. So I have a list here of all the things that I need to shoot. So I got some generic building exterior shots that I want to get. I've got some internal stuff that I want to get. And I've also got some stuff to help illustrate the section on body language, because I feel like this is going to be the most effective if people can see what's being talked about, at least even just a little bit. And then I have a list on the back of stuff that I'm going to get from stock photography sites. This will help me, you know, I can't go shoot an airplane, but somebody else has, so I can use their photos. I just got to go buy the rights to the photo, and then it'll be great. So this will save me some time trying to set up some of this stuff. Like, yeah, I could go shoot the individual family shots, the self-care stuff that I need, but why bother? Somebody already did it. So this is a example of me buying time. And then this is an example of me actually going about and doing the work that I have to do. So now I need to put this all together in an email, let Hugh know what I'm thinking, and then hopefully just get that ball rolling. Possibly start shooting the end of this week, but definitely into next week. It is 4:30. And look, guys, I have crossed everything off my to-do list today. Holy cow, this hasn't happened in a while. You can see all the things that I've struck throughout the week. You can see it all throughout last week. Oh my gosh. Actually getting everything done that I was supposed to feels really good today. So it's currently 4:30. I don't know when Robo's coming home, so I may or may not start listening to my audiobook, since that is another big task that needs to happen, that audiobook review. But yeah. I am sitting in a really great place right now. I just sent the email off to Denver Rescue Mission to tell them, hey, these are my ideas based off of my storyboarding. What do you want me to do with this? You know, basically going, these are my recommendations, but ultimately you're the client, so maybe you don't like them. And I work really hard to make sure that my clients are happy, so I let them sometimes speak into the process a little bit more than I might like them to do. But again, they know what they want, so I'll let them do it. Anyway, yeah, so I've sent that off. I have gotten through all of the Creative Mornings videography coordination stuff. I have been able to set up a couple of other meetings with things that are going on. What else have I been able to do today? Well, you just saw the to-do list. I don't necessarily need to recap it, but I feel really, really, really great. I think I was talking earlier today. About feeling like I should be cramming more stuff onto my to-do list because I have this sudden amount of breathing room and it feels really weird. But something that I'm trying to remember to do is to actually breathe while I have breathing room. Like, you know, if it's not a storm raging outside and you actually have time to breathe, then breathe. Don't feel like you have to stay underwater all the time. So, yeah, I'm really excited about this. I feel like I can end today without stressing about the fact that I left something undone. So with that, I'm going to put all this stuff away, at least the bulk of what I've been working on. See if I can get an update from Robo as to when he's coming home. That way, if I have the time, I can start listening to my audiobook. And if not, I'm going to go start supper here in a little bit so that maybe we can eat at a decent hour. Like, both Robo and I have been working so hard that we've not been eating before 7 most nights, which is not doing my belly any favors. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I am really excited about today's progress, and yeah, it's a good day. It's a good day when you have progress. It's a good day when you know that you were able to do the things that you needed to get done, including major project milestones, but also to be able to leverage what you've been accomplishing in benefit of other people. So today was a great day because of the stuff that I got to check off, but it was also a great day because I got to pay Andrea, and I'm really excited about that. So with that, I'm going to call this the end of today's episode, mostly because I have a feeling Robo's going to get home. Well, I hope he gets home soon. And then, you know, the evening's going to happen and I won't really have a whole lot more work to show for you. So, yeah, if you guys have questions or comments or want to leave me stories of how you have been able to value other people who work for you or who are in your life, especially when those people don't value themselves very much, leave those in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories. And if you have ideas for content or things that you'd like to see, suggest it. I've been having suggestions come in from yesterday's video where I was talking about the possibility of restructuring my show, and I've really been appreciating that. So if you have further ideas, let me know. I would love to hear them, and I would love to make this channel work for you and also kind of work for my schedule as well. So if you're new and you've stuck it out this far, thank you. I really appreciate it. For all of you who are my subscribers and you watch this far, you guys are amazing. I really love hanging out with you. I really appreciate having you with me here every day. It is a blessing and a really big encouragement, even though it's a one-sided conversation. So feel free to talk back to me anytime. I will see you all tomorrow for episode 159 of Level Grinding the Daily Hustle. See you tomorrow. Ciao.